our talks on living with the Bhagavad Gita. So we're very honored that Nivedita Abide could be with us today, our friend.
Good morning. I see quite a few new faces, and thanks to our special guest. The only thing I can say is, now that we are not hiding anymore from these new people, they should come and visit us again. So that it will be worthwhile, her coming to Vedanta Society. Now, on behalf of the members of the Vedanta Society of Kansas City, I am very pleased to welcome Nivedita Abide, who is the All India Vice President of Vivekananda Kendra of Kanyakumari, India. In 1977, she dedicated her life to the Vivekananda Kendra at Kanyakumari. At present, she has the responsibility of all 65 Kendras, or the educational centers throughout India. Her responsibilities include training of workers who have fully dedicated their lives to the work of Vivekananda educational centers and training of the teachers of all the centers. Coordination of Vivekananda Kendra, including the Cultural Center at Guwahati Institute of Culture, is a regular faculty in India, in all India Yoga Shiksha Shivir, that is yoga training centers, and coordinating all India spiritual retreats conducted at Vivekanandapuram, Kanyakumari. Prior to present responsibilities, she worked as a principal of Vivekananda Kendra, Kanyakumari, who worked and also worked for rural development in different villages. In 1999, she represented India in the International Meeting of Educational Experts at Darwin, Australia, convened by UNESCO for the Asia-Pacific region. She has authored many books. Some of the titles are Bharatiya Womanhood Through Ages, Swami Vivekananda in America, Yoga, the Way of Life Based on the Vision of Oneness, and other titles of social, cultural, and religious interest. She has given talks and presented papers at many conferences, colleges, and universities, and has guided many seminars on educational, social, cultural, and religious subjects. In 2005, she was awarded Vandaniya Saraswati Apte Award from Bharatiya Stri Jivan Vikas Parishad for her sustained work in the society. She is on the lecture tour of USA in connection with the observation of 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. Throughout her tour, she will be spreading the message of Swami Vivekananda and speak on other topics of social, cultural, and religious interest as well. She would also be delivered a talk at the University of Kansas Lawrence campus on 12th September from 11 a.m. to 12:30. It's in Jayhawk Room, Kansas Union. So if you are, free, it will be very interesting to visit the full, probably more than 1 hour talk in English. It is such a wonderful coincidence that she is visiting us today when we are honoring Sri Krishna and sharing our thoughts on living with the Gita. Our distinguished guest is a true karma yogi and is living by the very essence of the Gita, which is Nishkam Karma, selfless service to the society. Today, Nivedita will briefly share with us the activities of Vivekananda Kendra at Kanyakumari. Please help me extend our warm welcome to Nivedita.
My namaskars to all of you. I am also very grateful to the members of the Vedanta Society Kansas City for inviting me in their today's already predetermined program to share about Vivekananda Kendra. Vivekananda, he took this momentous decision of his life of going to America and participating in the Parliament of Religions. This decision he took at a rock in mid-sea at Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari is the cape of Indian land. While sitting on that rock, he meditated over all his experiences that he had for 1 year when he went around the country. He had seen that the great land, which had a message of spirituality, of Vedanta, of oneness, of existence, had degraded to poverty, to ignorance, to self-forgetfulness. And that is why sitting there he felt that somewhere we have narrowed down the meaning of dharma. The application of oneness in one's own life, that is making Vedanta practical in one's family life, social life, somewhere we have missed out. And that is what has to be brought back again, not only for the good of India, but for the good of the whole world. Because this is how in India always had been the prayers, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya. Because the Rishis had viewed the whole existence as expression of one, Atmavat Sarva Bhuteshu. Or as Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Mattah Parataram Nasti, Mattah Parataram Nanyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya, Mai Sarvamidam Protam Sutre Maniganaiva. As in a garland, the different beads are there, but all those beads are held together because of a thread. So though we all may appear different, but we all are connected with each other in Atman, in our real self, in consciousness, in Ishvara. Actually, it is Ekoham Bahusyam, that one has become many. And this oneness, if really it is there in life, then we don't say that somebody else is doing wrong. Actually, we start correcting the process with oneself. We start with oneself. The change is never objective. The change is always in subject. That's how Swami Vivekananda always used to say. So, somewhere blaming our fate or blaming someone else for whatever is our situation will never take us up. As Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Uddharet Atmanatmanam Natmanam Avasadayet. Atmaiva hi Atmano Bandhu Atma eva Rituratmanaha. And therefore, Swamiji took that decision that if I feel my country has to come up, because she has a message for the humanity, for the whole existence, then what is it that I shall give myself? And he decided he will give himself to spread this message of Vedanta, the message of oneness. And the occasion was there in the Parliament of Religions at Chicago. So I shall represent the Hindu Dharma there. But it is the main message of oneness. What is, he was very confident once he presents there, he will be, the message will be received well. And we all know that really America welcomed Swamiji very well after America listened to his message. We can also say that it is America which discovered Swami Vivekananda. And for 3.5 years, Swamiji was going from places to different places in America. When he returned to Kanyakumari, that was his message, that India has to wake up, because it is her duty. If the tradition of Rishis have been born in this great land and have nurtured, discovered, practiced, applied it in life, this Vedanta, and today if we are losing it, then we are harming the whole humanity as such. And therefore, India has to wake up, again practice it back in life. And Swamiji became a great inspiration for whole of India. And Swamiji continues to be the inspiration other parts of the world as well as to India. So it was during his centenary celebration, that is in 1963, that it was felt that this is a rock where Swami Vivekananda discovered the mission of his life for the good of the whole humanity. So its significance is something like the Bodhi tree in the life of Bhagavan Buddha, because Bhagavan Buddha had enlightenment under that Bodhi tree. So same importance is to this rock where he had meditated for 3 days and 3 nights, that is 25th December, 26th, 27th December 1892. And therefore the people at Kanyakumari felt that here we should build a memorial for Swami Vivekananda. But in those days there were a lot of difficulties, and ultimately the committee became an All India committee, and the permission was secured because all members of the parliament were contacted beyond their creed, religion, region. They all said that the memorial for Swami Vivekananda has to come up on this rock, and that is how the permission was secured. But it is in those days, 1964-65, and Eknathji Ranade, who led this effort. So he said, when the whole nation is desiring the memorial, it cannot be a small memorial. It has to be a grand memorial, a memorial which can inspire and appeal to the hearts of the people. So a memorial of 1 crore 32 lakhs was planned. Now 1 crore 32 lakhs in those days, 1960s, when India had problem even to feed her people. So that was the time from where the money will come. So Eknathji said it is the great Shraddha, the respect, the faith that we have in Swami Vivekananda. The memorial will be its actualized form, that's all. And that is how just 1 rupee was collected from the people, with 1 rupee donation in those days. So some gave 2 rupees, 5 rupees, but 1 rupee was the minimum a donation coupon. So total 85 lakhs were collected like this. Then all the state governments, whatever was the party in power, all the state governments gave 1 lakh rupees each. 1 lakh means lakh we use here.
100.
No, 100,000. That is 100,000 rupees were given by each government, and that is how the memorial of 1 crore 32 lakhs, a grand memorial, was built in a very record time of 6 years. Then when the memorial was getting built up, it was felt that the memorial for Swami Vivekananda cannot be limited only to a granite memorial. But as Swami Vivekananda had envisaged that this Vedanta should become practical in our life, this oneness, that everything is interconnected, interrelated, interdependent, this should become the fact of our life, the truth of our life. So we must have an organization which translates this message into practice, and that is how a living memorial to Swami Vivekananda should be built, should be started, and therefore Vivekananda Kendra, a spiritually oriented service mission, was started in 1972. The memorial was completed in 1970, and 1972 Vivekananda Kendra, spiritually oriented service mission, was started. Now, how this mission will work? So first thing, as if really I feel one with the society, with the humanity, with the people, then naturally their pain becomes my pain. I don't say that, oh, it is their problem. It just cannot happen. Like for example, suppose I am walking, and while walking I hit a stone and my toe starts bleeding. then I don't say that, oh, it's, the leg doesn't know how to walk properly. All these years it has been walking and it serves it right, let it bleed for some time. We don't say that. When the toe hits the stone, the pain is instant. And immediately our hands go there, we bandage it, we don't complain, but we actually take care. So similarly, if any part of the society is suffering, if that oneness is practiced in life, if Vedanta has become practical in life, then I will not say that, oh, it doesn't concern me, but I will ask myself what maximum I can do for this. So Eknath Ji envisaged some 3-4 types of Karyakarta at least. So those young men and women who would feel that no, I should give myself fully for this. I can give my whole life for this. And I am ready wherever I am sent, even in interior tribal areas or rural areas. I am ready to go and work. If like that, there are some young men and women, as Swamiji had envisaged, when he was in Boston, that time whether he can participate in the Parliament of Religion was not clear. The future was very dark. He had not yet met Professor Wright. And it was at that time, in one of his letter he writes that it may happen that I may die of cold and hunger. But he writes for his disciples, saying that this dream, that 100,000 men and women, fired with the zeal of holiness, fortified with the eternal faith in Lord, nerve to the lion's courage. Why the lion's courage? Because of their sympathy for the poor and the fallen and the downtrodden, shall go to the length and breadth of this land, preaching the gospel of equality, gospel of social raising up, gospel of help. So these 100,000 men and women, such 100,000 men and women, that became the dream. And thus appeal was sent. So those young men and women who want to come and join, they will be trained how work is to be carried out, how we should become one with the society and then work for the society. So that is how the first training batch, they are called as, in English we call them as life workers, and in Indian languages we call them as Jivan Vrati, that is who have taken this vrata, this vow, this penance for the whole life. I am also one of the Jivan Vratis. So then we are posted to different, we are first given training and then posted to different parts of the country. It was felt that as Ramakrishna Mission is already a sannyasi order, Sharda Mission is sannyasi order for sannyasinis, Vivekananda Kendra will be a non-sannyasi order. So here we will not take to any religious dress or habit, but we shall have usual common dresses, and that is how we can mix with the society, go even to the small huts, mix with the people. So after 5 years training it is, which is combined with theoretical as well as practical training. And after the training, then they are given initiation. There is a mantra which is related to Omkar, which is given to these Jivanvrati Karyakartas. So this is first category of Karyakarta. Another is that there will be young men and women who may feel, I don't know whether I can give my whole life, but at least I want to give my some years fully for the society. That will enrich, that will nurture my inner being, and then whatever life I lead will be with more understanding and more that oneness concern. So such workers, such young men and women who come, they are called as Seva Vrati. So Jivan Vrati, Seva Vrati. Then there are also some who have their own family responsibilities, children are there or parents are there to be taken care of. So they cannot join fully, they cannot go to any other part. But they say that we will give our committed time and with some specific responsibility we shall work. So such they are called as local Karyakartas. Karyakartas is workers. So like these different types of workers or the Karyakartas, they form the core of the service activities that Vivekananda Kendra takes care. Now the question was that first, where do we send them? Because in India, everywhere the need was there. In villages, there was the need. In tribal areas, the need was there. So ultimately, it was decided that after every batch, at least the half of the Karyakartas will go in the tribal and rural areas, actually more than half, and some will go to the cities to work among the youth, because the words of Swami Vivekananda has such appeal that even today, when Swamiji's words reach people, reach the youth, they dedicate their life to work for the country, for the people, for the whole world, humanity. And that is how the Vivekananda Kendra's work started. When again we started the work, so in rural areas, as we know, Swami Vivekananda had told that along with the socialistic, economical and all the materialistic ideas, first you had to give them the spiritual ideas. Along with that, at least you give the spiritual ideas. Otherwise, economical well-being will come, but then there may come up some insatiated thirst, and person may only run more and more and more after self-aggrandizement. That is, I want more, I want more. Unless that feeling, that vision of oneness is inculcated, a person may not put a full stop for his own enjoyment. And therefore, along with that, these ideas should also go. So when we started rural development programs, we have it in Tamil Nadu, Orissa, then Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, and some parts of Maharashtra, very extensively in these 4 states. So when we started that, we decided that Swamiji's this message of oneness, of I owe something to my family, to my society, to my nation, because ultimately family, society, nation, humanity and the whole creation, and beyond that, that unchangeable Ishvara. So these are all my expanding forms of existence. So when I say I doesn't mean only this body, mind, intellect, but its expanded form is the family. The family's expanded identity is the society. Society's expanded form is the nation. Nation's expanded form is the humanity. As Swamiji had told, each nation has a message to fulfill, a mission to accomplish, a message to deliver, and that is why and then ultimately creation. We are also part of this whole creation. This nature is our mother. She sustains us. And unless that oneness is inculcated, the abhyudaya, that is the material well-being, will become one-sided. So abhyudaya and nishreyasa, that is nurturing of the outer being and nurturing of the inner being, both should go side by side. Only then that real oneness and the balance in life will be achieved. So it is with this idea, the rural development programs, we started in all these areas. So that was one thing. Another thing, then education. Again, education is 5-fold education. That is Panchakosha education, as we say. That is Anandamaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, then Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha and Annamaya Kosha. So we are having some 65 schools taking care of all this 5-fold development of the children. Then there is Natural Resources Development Project. We also have one Vivekananda Kendra Institute of Culture. Its main purpose is that there is such immense diversity in India, especially in northeastern part of India. After every 15 miles, even the dress, way they dress changes, the language changes, the name of God changes, the name of festival changes, everything changes. And therefore, what is it that connects us? Are we all unconnected parts who have come together? Or there is something which really connects all of us? And ultimately, Vedanta is seeing that what connects us, seeing our interconnections, our relations with these whole expanding forms. And therefore, Institute of Culture, it focuses on various communities That is the traditional communities and then their traditions, customs, rituals. But that is only outer form. What is the principle? And when we go to the principle, we find the principle is same for all the communities. Our outlook towards the life, our outlook towards the nature, our outlook towards our parents, it is all same. And thus these unifying threads, as Swami Vivekananda had told, on which we had to focus. So that work this Institute of Culture does. We also have started recently one Vivekananda International Foundation in Delhi. So like this, various activities are there. If we take into account all the branches and the project places, service projects places, then Kendra has more than 620 places work is going on in India. So this is all in short about Vivekananda Kendra, an organization which is working to put into practice the message of Vedanta, or as Swami Vivekananda had told, to make Vedanta practical.
Thank you.